Hello everyone, Randy with you with Finding Financial Hope. So I had intended on just releasing a video that I did a little bit on one of my money talks, but I realized I didn't record it. So I'm actually going to record a quicker, shorter video for you guys on the talk of cash flow planning and budgeting and why it's important, some myths about it, all of that kind of stuff. And I hope it brings some good content for you guys. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, and I talked about in the previous video, was the fact that you need some non-negotiables in your life and in your budget. So what I mean by non-negotiable, there's essentially two areas. One is more universal, so everyone kind of needs these in their budget. And the second one is more personal. So these are more personal things, like maybe you're the type of person who just absolutely needs to go to the gym every single month, so they need that gym membership. That's not me. Should be, but it's not me. It's not non-negotiable. Another one would be like a hairdresser. So lots of people need to go to a hairdresser every 2 weeks or every month or every week. But it looks like, I don't really know if I have to say anything about that, but I clearly don't have to do that. That's clearly not my non-negotiable. But I want you guys to have these types of non-negotiables in your life because I want you guys to enjoy money. See, the biggest myth on budgeting is that it's restricting on your spending, but really it's actually freeing. So as long as you have some of these non-negotiables that help fuel you, it's going to feel freeing. It's not going to feel restricting. So just keep that in mind. When your money is on a budget, it's not restricting, it's freeing. So before I jump back into the universal side of your non-negotiables, I want to talk about how you structure your budget for a minute here. How you structure your budget is you put your non-negotiables first. So your universal first, then your personal, and then I want you to put a dollar amount to every single one of those. And that's it. That's all you do right now. Just put a dollar amount to all of those. And then after that, every single dollar you have in your budget needs to have an assignment. If your dollar amounts aren't attached to something, you're going to lose some money and you're not going to know where it went. So just make sure that your money is working for you and your money is not controlling you. You're controlling your money. So even if this is an extra $200 that you're not really sure where it fits in your budget, put it as a miscellaneous category. So if you spend the exact dollar amount in every single category, at the end of the month, you should have $200 left over. Or if you don't have $200 left over, you clearly spent somewhere you didn't need to spend, or you overspent somewhere. It's just so important for you to know where your money is going so you don't lose any of it. So now I'm going to jump back into the universal non-negotiable. So these are giving 10%. It's just so important that you give first. You make this a priority in your life because it changes everything. And I'm going to talk a whole nother set on why giving is important. But essentially, giving softens your heart. Giving creates so much discipline in your budget. It feels like you actually create more money when you give first. And that's a weird concept, and I'm definitely going to address this in another one. But it's just so important to give first. So give first. Make sure your family is taken care of. So that's your four walls: food, shelter, clothing, transportation. Make sure that's taken care of, because I guarantee you Visa and MasterCard don't care about your family. You're the only one that can care for your family as good as you can. So take care of your family. Pay them first. Everyone else can wait, but as long as your four walls are taken care of, you'll be okay. You'll be able to make it through. The last one is savings. Now, if you're doing this process and you're paying off debt in between this time, you're going to not need a whole bunch of savings. Dave Ramsey talks about just needing $1,000 as a starter emergency fund while you're kind of getting out of debt, just to give you a little bit of space between you and debt, because we don't want to use debt as an emergency. Just keep that in mind. If you have a bigger family, it's okay to bump that up to maybe $1,500, but the point is, it's just that little bit of space. So if any small emergency happens, you've got it covered. The last thing I want to emphasize to you guys is give yourself some grace. This does not happen overnight. You don't get to build a perfect budget the first time you do it. It doesn't happen. Everything I'm talking about now takes you about 3 months to realize its full potential going forward. See, lots of people will run a budget for about a week and then they'll give up. They'll quit budgeting. They'll say it doesn't work. That's not the point. You're not going to see the big effects on giving first. You're not going to see the big effects on having your non-negotiables covered first. It's going to take some time to realize that these principles actually work. So give yourself time. Let's try it for 3 months, see what happens. Anyways, that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And just remember, there's always hope in your finances.